All right, so how do we define perfection? Is it a topless, beautiful body, perfect curves, tight front end, and an eye-catching rear? That's right. I'm talking about the Ferrari 458 Italia Spider, coming from a production line filled with history. Now here's one name that has stood the test of time: Ferrari. My name is Andre Marcus, and I would like for you to meet the man behind the iconic supercar. From humble beginnings to racing maverick to entrepreneur, we are going to look into a few key facts about Enzo Ferrari's iconic supercar success. Now, if you're interested in learning more about Enzo Ferrari's history, you could simply go on to Ferrari.com or look up his racing records on GrandPrixHistory.org, or even check out his biography at thebiographychannel.com. These are all the places where I got my information. So first, let's learn a little bit about his early life. So Enzo Anselmo Ferrari was born on February 18, 1898 in Modena, Italy. His father, Alfredo, owned and operated a small engineering company. And it was at the age of 10 where he attended his first professional car race, where his father took him and his brother, Alfredo Jr., at the 1908 Bologna circuit. And it was here where Enzo discovered his passion for racing. However, when he was 17, things took a hard turn in his life, where he lost both his father and brother to the deadly pandemic flu. And that pretty much forced Ferrari to give up his studies and to work for the local fire department. But soon after, he was enlisted in the military service to serve his country in the First World War. Soon afterward, he was honorably discharged because he too contracted the deadly pandemic flu. However, he recovered. But war, sickness, and tragedy did not stop Ferrari from chasing his dream. So he moves to Milan in 1919 to work for a car company called CMN. I'm not going to pronounce that. And he was hired as a test driver. So later that year, that's where he made his competitive debut at the Parma-Poggio race, where he finished 4th. Now initially he had little success, so therefore later that year he also left CMN to go and work and race full-time for Alfa Romeo, which Alfa Romeo at the time was Italy's beloved car company. He competed in several races. He won his first national race at the Savio circuit. And in recognition for his sporting achievements, he was knighted by the Italian state in 1924. Not too many people know that. He then went on to win the first 2 Modena circuits ever held, and then it was in 1929 where he founded the famous Scuderia Ferrari racing team. He then soon retires from the racing scene and begins working behind the scenes for the Scuderia Ferrari, where he builds the Alfa Romeo 158 in 1937. The team went on to dominate the racing world, winning several major circuits, including the Formula One World Championship Grand Prix. Soon after working for Alfa Romeo and several disagreements in terms of contracts and who's who and what's not and how he wanted more money, Ferrari leaves the company and goes off out on his own to start the Auto Avio Costruzioni in Modena. And this is where he puts his entrepreneurial skills to the test. And of course, during the 1940s, in Europe, World War II disrupted the economic environment. Therefore, Ferrari was forced to relocate his factory over to Maranello. Shortly after the war, this is where he began to design the first road car to bear his name. And it was in March 12, 1947, that the Ferrari Model 125S, built with a V12 engine, marked the beginning of an era of the supercars. So by the 1960s, the Ferrari marquee and logo became internationally recognized. And during this decade, this is where Enzo Ferrari earned his degree in mechanical engineering from the University of Bologna. He also signed an agreement with the Fiat Group to ensure the car company's future. And then, of course, over the years, he continued to progress in the industry as well as in the racing world by employing several racing icons like Niki Lauda and, of course, 5-time world champ Michael Schumacher. And the company went on to become for what it is known today. So in conclusion, we took a peek at a few key aspects of Enzo Ferrari's life, his racing career, his entrepreneurship. Not only did he build a name for himself, but he also helped build a platform to help secure, he also built a platform in the automobile industry to secure the past, help pave the road to the present, and help us drive off into the future. Thank you. Drive safe.